Hi, everyone. Welcome. It is hard to celebrate this week while our cities burn and our people choke and our lives are restricted and scary. But we need a little fun. We need a little joy. We need a reason to sing and dance because that's what makes life worth living and because that's what will sustain us. We need a break. So let's do it. Let's have Rock Shabbat. This Rock Shabbat won't be like any other Rock Shabbat. For one reason, we're all in different places, but also because the Shabba-Tones have pre-recorded songs and Ben Paley has stitched them together. There is no way to thank them enough. And full disclosure from me, I'm trying out brand new skills here. This may be a little choppy this evening, but I am trying my best. So enough talk. Let's rock this Shabbat. It sure feels great to hear the Shabba-Tones, I gotta tell you. So let me line up the next one. And that is Shalom Aleichem, please. Let's sing along.
One, two, ready?
So now it's time to get your candles ready so that we can light these lights, the Shabbat lights. So let us light our candles. And breathe the goodness of Shabbat into our bodies and souls. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. Please rise for the Baruch. And now, a whole lot of people's favorites. You can have a seat, and then after this piece, it'll be time to rise once more if you're able to, as we offer Shema.
One, two, ready, and.
If you are able to rise, please do so as we offer the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please stay standing if you are standing now, as the Shabba-Tones lead us into Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, and after that into our silent amidah. You can pause the video if you want more time to offer your own prayers as we enter the sacred space and time, each one by one. We'll take a few moments now in silence for the amidah. If you would like more, please pause the recording, so that you can pray for as long as you'd like. We know how much hurting is going on in the world right now. Hurting from inside and hurting from outside. Hurting that is a slow roll and hurting that is a sharp break. The hurting when you can't breathe, and the hurting of smoke in your eyes, and the hurting when you can barely move a muscle. For all those who are hurting, we gather our energies and prayers together in the hopes of lifting them up, of lifting us all up. I'd like to offer some prayers from this book, Mishkan Refuah, Where Healing Resides. When fears multiply and danger threatens, when sickness comes and death confronts us, it is God's blessing of shalom that sustains us and upholds us, lightening our burden, dispelling our worry, restoring our strength, renewing our hope, reviving us. May the one who blessed and led our forebears give countenance to those who provide help for the ill and troubled among us. May they be filled with fortitude and courage, endowed with sympathy and compassion as they give strength to those at their side. May they fight against despair and continue to find within themselves the will to reach out to those in need. And in their love of others, may they feel the blessing of community and the blessing of renewed faith. O God, who loves and supports all creatures, love and support us now, and especially those who are hurting. Lift us up and restore us. We need your help. We need your love. We need your presence. Amen. I'd like to tell a story now, if I can. Oh, sorry, this is so choppy. I'm trying my best. I'd like to tell a story now, as is our custom on Rock Shabbat. It is the story of three travelers who sail on a ship away from the home that they've known and towards a distant, unknown land. And they sit on the deck and they get to know each other, and they each talk about what they've brought with them and what they hope to do when they arrive. One has brought a chest of jewels and says that when he arrives at the new land, he will sell the jewels and in that way be able to build a home and start a life for himself. The second shows his tools and says that he is a carpenter, and when he arrives at the new land, he will help to build houses, and that's how he will create a life for himself. The third is a teacher, and she shows the books that she has learned and says that she hopes to find a synagogue and a shul, a Jewish school, where she can be a teacher. Well, wouldn't you know it, as often happens in stories like this, a storm arises and the ship is capsized and everyone is overboard. And our three friends have found their way onto a plank and find themselves washed into a new port. And when they arrive there, they take a moment and are bereft. The man with all the jewels shows that the jewels have been lost at sea. He is hopeless. He doesn't know what to do. The man with the tools says that he was able to hold on to a few, so he hopes that with those he can build his life. And the teacher says, "Woe is me, my books are lost. Let me go find the synagogue and see what will become of me." But they decide they'll meet back in a month's time to check in one with the other. And that's what they do. Well, the merchant with the jewels is nowhere. He has struggled to eat. He has nothing to his name. He's made no connections because he was invested in those jewels, and those jewels are gone. The craftsman is equally distressed. Although he has some tools from his home world, they are the tools of a carpenter. And in this new land, homes and buildings are created out of stone. He has neither the tools nor the training to survive in this new place. He must start from zero once again. But the teacher tells a different story. She has a smile on her face, and her colleagues ask why that could be. Her books were as destroyed as the jewels were lost. And she says, yes, but everything that was in those books, all the information is here in my head. So when I found the synagogue and shared with them what I had learned, what I had studied, they said, please be our teacher. Share what you know with us. But more than that, through my study, through my being part of a community back home, I learned about caring. I learned about respect. And I learned about loving my fellow human beings. And since I have cared and respected and loved, they have cared and respected and loved me in return. I now have friends, I have support, I have work. I am happy here in my new home. And so I think the question is, what is truly part of us? What do we bring with us, carry with us through our lives? In what do we place our trust? What will help us in this new world that's emerging? Tonight is a night of celebration, but it is also a night of appreciation. We are sharing some heartfelt thanks with members of our staff who have been so central to our synagogue's work these past 2 years or so. And so I want to share some video messages with our friends to convey our deep appreciation. This first is for Gerri Chizeck, who's been our managing director.
Thank you, Gerri, for all you've done for Temple Emanuel.
Thank you for welcoming new members.
Thank you for maintaining our building and strengthening our security.
Thank you for running High Holy Day services so smoothly.
Thank you for the Purim Carnival and so many other great events.
Thank you for running staff meetings.
Thank you for providing meals for healers.
Thank you for being such a kind and gracious presence in our office.
Thank you for listening. We wish you health and joy as you enter this next phase of your life. And as you do, know that you carry our friendship and respect with you. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Gerri.
Thank you, Gerri, so very much. It's been an absolute joy to work with you and to get to know you and to become your friend here at Temple Emanuel. Let us, and just please know how much I and your whole Temple Emanuel community wishes you well on your onward adventures. You've already told me a bit about what's in store, and I know it's going to be fantastic. Let's resume our service with Bayom Hahu.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2.
I don't know about you, but it is so good to hear the Shabba-Tones again. It is time for us to offer Kaddish Yatom. And this community mourns the recent passing of Ruth Herman and of Lindy Lindheimer and of Andrew Nechtman. And this Shabbat is the yortzeit of Jack King, Ellen Blue, Edward Bornstein, Philip Stewart Chasen, David Farb, Gertrude Frankt, Ruth Geyer, Edith Getz, Paul Goffman, Toby Hardy, Sidney Haskovitz, Leo Henschel, Esther Catherine Karp, Harriet Kaufman, Robert Klein, Louis Korobkin, Gertrude Leibowitz, Beatrice Liederman, Liba Levinson, Clarence Carpel Mushkatel, David Olesko, Robert Rosen, Selma Ruzal, Arthur Schoenberg, William Schroeder, Amy Schutz, Max Shackman, Abraham Louis Simkin, Edgar Taylor, and Julius Weiner. Who else are you remembering, especially on this Shabbat? Please say their names aloud, even if no one else can hear them. Allow your heart to hear their name. And if it is your custom, please rise as we offer Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. Their memories are a blessing to us all. Please have a seat. I now want to share another very special thanks, and that is to Cantorial Soloist Suzanne Guinane.
Hey, Suzanne, we wish you the best.
Shalom, my friend.
Simchat Torah, roll the scroll, we read the whole thing.
Thank you, Suzanne, for everything.
Shalom.
Thank you, Suzanne. I absolutely loved being on the video with you. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you so much, Suzanne, for what you've done for me. Hashtag you rock.
Suzanne, the ladies of Sisterhood want to thank you for your friendship, support, and love. V'hatzlacha.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Shalom, Suzanne.
I love you, Miss Suzanne.
And I would like to take a moment to say thank you so much, Suzanne, on this, your last Rock Shabbat, your last Erev Shabbat with us. Thank you so much for all you've done for our children, the littlest ones and the adolescents, especially at Bar and Bat Mitzvah. Thank you so much for sharing the Bima with me these last 2 years and for teaching me all throughout. Temple Emanuel and I are deeply appreciative to you, and we wish you well and all the very best. Let me also say thank you to the Shabba-Tones and thank you to Ben Paley for going above and beyond, creating this Rock Shabbat experience for us. What a gift you've given us all tonight. We deeply appreciate it. And now for our closing song. Give me just a second and we'll bring it up. Things They Never Taught You in Rabbinical School, How to Be a VJ. Here is Salam Shalom, our last song. So feel free, dance, sing, carry on. Thank you so much, Suzanne, Ben, and the Shabba-Tones, and thank you all for making this time to be together. It's felt really good to hear this music and feel this feeling. I miss you all very much. I can't wait to see you again. Shabbat Shalom.